So on this session of the OurLand channel, we're going to talk a little bit about not just me living in the mud house, but it's also about all the animals that live along with me in the mud house. Now remember, if you like conservation, sustainability, and nature education, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Living in a mud house means living with nature, and many of us choose to build a mud house because we want to be close to nature. But being close to nature also means all those creatures that are in nature tagging along sometimes. So let's take a look at what creatures I live with in my tiny mud house. So the first of those animals lives inside my bathroom. Let's go take a look. Now, it's not very hard to find them. This is called the Two-tailed Spider. If you take a look at this guy, you can see that he has two tiny tails. Right at the back, he's got two little tails, right? This the Two-tailed Spider. Actually, the Two-tailed Spider is a very useful spider for us. Although a lot of people are afraid of spiders, but we all know that spiders create webs and they eat other insects, and that is exactly what all these spiders do. We have many two-tailed spiders here. Here's another one. There's many more around. One right here, which is a slightly different pattern on his hands and legs. So that is a two-tailed spider, and how they actually catch their prey is that they don't actually create a traditional kind of a web. What they do is they actually put their webs all over the wall. So if I touch this wall right now, I'll get tiny bits of web on my hand, and that's created by them. And as soon as any bug falls onto or lands on those tiny webs, it creates vibrations, and off they come, and they spin their prey and keep them there for eating anytime later, right? But not too far away from them is the next animal. Let's check that out. So our next animal that lives with us is the potter wasp. If you look at it right now, the wasp is right there. I'm going to turn my light on. There you go. Right there, kind of building its house right now. And you can notice that what they actually do is that they carry wet mud from outside, and then they use that mud to build themselves a structure. Now, just to point out that, of course, the potter wasp is a wasp, so you can get stung and it will hurt. It'll possibly hurt for an hour or two. I've been stung once, but that too out in the jungle. Usually, they set up their settlements very close to humans. Right? It's very common to see them around humans in the jungle areas. And here's the settlement of another potter wasp, and this one's quite an intricate one, and you can see there's so many cells and so many different zones that's been created. And I believe that potter wasp will come out of all of these, just to give you an idea of size of how big this is, right? So we have one over here, and if we come out over here, we have a different kind of potter wasp building one over here, right? And then if you just turn around this way, is our one right here, which is our potter wasp that was on the window mirror. We have one up here on a piece of paper that I put up a while ago. So generally, there is basically quite a bit of potter wasp around, and they're not that harmful, right? So what is our next creature? And the next animal that we have here is one of the world's largest geckos. So basically, when you usually think of geckos, you think of them as small, but this one here can be up to 30 centimeters long. So it lives right over here behind this photo frame that I have over here. I'm going to take a closer look from over here to see if there's anybody at the back of it. But it isn't all bad though, even if we have big lizards that live with us, because they eat something that we don't really like that much and we're a little afraid of. Let's go find it. Hi, what I'm looking for has got something very special. It reflects ultraviolet light. That is why I'm using a UV fluorescent light over here to catch or to find this creature. Oh, there's one right here. Okay, let me get him out. Let me get him out. Oh, get him out. So I've managed to catch one of these guys, and you can kind of see, I'm going to slowly take off the cap and you can see what it is. As you can see, this is what we call a Chinese swimming scorpion, right? A certain piece of scorpion, very small. This is almost an adult, right? Although the sting of this scorpion can last you pain for 6 to 8 hours, right? I've been stung several times by these guys, and I can tell you that they are no fun. And the good thing about having the geckos is that the toucan geckos really like to eat the scorpions. So you see, it's all just a natural ecosystem taking place here inside the mud house. But there's one animal we definitely don't want to be living with us, and that is mosquitoes, which is why we're sleeping in a mosquito net, and that's also why we have nets on our windows. That also helps keep other animals out, but the fact that they're Velcro means that I can just pull them off and then step them back on anytime I want. So that's just a little of the animals that live with us. Tell us about the animals that live along with you in your houses, in whatever kind of house you live in. I'm sure there are some animals that live with you. Put those comments down below and tell us also about what you want to learn more about the mud house construction and just about animals, or about sustainability, or about solar panels, or about all the fun stuff that takes place around an eco village.